Hey there, it's Mark here. I hope you're doing well, and just got a moment to take a look at what's going on here with the blockchain Belt and Road Initiative. So, in the last couple of days, I've been thinking about what would it take for this kind of project to actually initialize. So, looking at what's going on already, I think it's one of the questions I asked before, as is there anything else going on that's similar to the blockchain Belt and Road Initiative? And so the closest thing I found was called Internet Plus, and it was basically a proposal presented to the Chinese government in 2015. 2013, and originally it was made by a couple of different entrepreneurs, specifically a company called Tencent. And I just thought it would be interesting to take a look. So just in the beginning of feeling it out kind of thing, and looking at who's involved with the Internet Plus program, and who's basically spearheading that for their businesses, their companies. So, and look, I think at the end of the day, as progress gets taken place with in different parts of the world with the Belt and Road Initiative, that it doesn't necessarily have to start in China. But that said, if you're taking a look at the economies at the moment, China is leading quite far ahead as far as growth. Even though it's slowing down, they know about that. They're working on a way to continue that, and that's why there's so much investment, billions of dollars invested by China in Africa. And working with Russia, they're going to start to secure being one of the strongest providers for the GDP of the world, making their currencies basically the default currencies, taking that away from the American dollar. So any progress that's being made, is really being made on those two forefronts. Russia, China are pushing. Whatever you're seeing in the stock markets, this is just kind of like an inflationary kind of trickle down of the bailouts. The money is going directly into these banks or these large corporations. Because they've got accounting schemes to allow them to prop up the values, and I wouldn't consider those high gains that they talk about as something that's definite going to stay there, because we haven't seen any bottoms on them yet. So they keep on rising, but who's to say that anybody's in there for longer than a couple of months? So it's very easy for those gains to get lost again. And obviously those who are seeing this know that moving into cryptocurrencies is one of the benefits of getting out of that scheme. So moving forward, I just wanted to kind of present, because I know everybody's busy and they've got stuff that they're getting involved with. So I just wanted to kind of show Internet Plus. Here's a little article I found on, it's called www.innovations everywhere.com. I thought that's really neat. It's like, because we kind of forget that there are things happening everywhere. Here where I am, it tends to feel like there's nothing going on. It feels like sometimes very slow progress is made, but having a website showing us.
The village of Jingpu in Guangdong looks quite normal at first glance, but there is something that differentiates this place from thousands of other villages across the country. It's one of China's handful of so-called Taobao villages. Villages where you find an extraordinary juxtaposition of two worlds. The Chinese rural world has not evolved much for years, and the latest Chinese e-economy.
My neighbors asked me how come there were so many express deliveries to my house. I told them that I was selling clothes. It took them a while to understand how I could sell clothes from my house.
Xu began his online business about 3 years ago with just a handful.
It's really interesting to see this. And if you carry on, they basically got a couple different
We will be selling the same style of
couple different cases. But really, this is what the Internet Plus system's about. I will put this link into my Steemit blog, and you can come take a look. But I thought it would be interesting if you notice right at the end here, you know, basically at the end of the day, they're dealing with money, right? And this is what this is all about. At the end of the day, these individuals are going to get stuck with the fiat system. And so the blockchain Belt and Road Initiative would allow individuals like this, not only in China, but around the world, to be able to access international currency exchange. So this is, I think, what the key is here, is that we're seeing a kind of like a intent to connect with people that are rural environments, but put them on with the infrastructure with the internet. So that was the one, and this was spearheaded by one of the companies that are pushing in China, by Tencent. Now I don't know if you know anything about Tencent, but you know, here in the Northern American environments, we're really excluded or secluded from a lot of developments going on in China. Here's a little introduction to this company. I thought it really spoke to me. It was interesting to see it.
Has it been since your heart was open to embrace true exploration? When we are eager to change the world, we sometimes get lost ourselves. Now it is your turn to find yourself. Your future lies ahead.
I really love that little bit where they say, you know, when you embrace the future, so, and you try and find it, you get lost, you know. So when you try and change the world, you can get lost, and it's pretty true. And if you take a look at the profile of this company, it's huge. You know,
behind our shared online universe lies the imagination and dedication of over 20,000 Tencent employees. Since 2000, QQ has been China's largest online communications platform. Qzone and Pengyou.com are the largest social networking websites in China. Tencent Microblog has the most users among all Chinese microblogs. QQ Games is the leading causal gaming platform nationwide. QQ.com has the most traffic of any portal website in China. MobileQQ.com is the largest mobile internet portal website in China. Tencent Foundation is not only the first corporate charity established by a Chinese internet company, but also one of the largest and most innovative internet charity platforms in the world. And are widely recognized as a leader in innovation in China and beyond. From one city radiating out to many countries, our business territory keeps growing together with you.
Yeah, so, you know, I'll put a link in here. This is basically their introduction video, and it's a huge company. They've got investors relations. If you keep on looking at if you look at their stocks, it just, you know, it's quite solid. They keep on going up. You know, if I was investing in the stocks, I would definitely look at China. I know if you look at the emerging markets, they've really gained quite a bit this year. If you just wanted to leverage against, you know, some of the cryptocurrencies. So that said, you know, getting out of fiat, I think, is a priority. So yeah, they're not showing it now. I think it's one day, weekly. Anyway, so, you know, having a company like this on board with a project like the Blockchain Belt and Road Initiative would definitely, I think that ultimately would be the forefront in having this change happen. So just, I plan to kind of connect with as many professionals speaking about this idea, and hopefully covering it, maybe starting a podcast or something on that line, and just getting some more feedback from professionals on this. So yeah, and I want to find out who's really behind this company, Tencent, and who's their public relations and their as far as government relations are involved. So okay, well, thank you for your time, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate you taking a look at this, and keep in tune. I'll leave my email there if you want to contact me and have further discussions. If you've got any ideas about where I can go further on this, I would really appreciate it. It's a passion. I might be the only crusader here, but you know what? You got to set standards. You got to set your dreams. You just got to set your goals. You got to go for it every day and make it the best that you can. Keep it inspiring. Keep it exciting. Otherwise, what the hell, man? Like, what's the point? So